What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're shooting this watch. I got asked with 5 other filmmakers to join a global creators competition and to create a 15-second commercial of this watch. In this video we're going to break down what I did, and this is what I came up with. So I finally got a electronic rotating table, and this makes everything so much easier because I don't have to do it manually with my hand, and I just can let it run, and then it's pretty smooth. So I'm just getting as many shots as possible, close-up shots with this macro lens, and I'm just gonna switch up the positions of the watch a little bit, just have it lying down and just get the edge of the glass here a little bit. And then just make it stand up so I get the numbers and the top of the watch in here. And yeah, just getting some close-up shots and maybe some of the logo here, just to have a little variety that it comes together in the edit. And after that I will switch to the same setup but with the 28-75 lens, and just get some wider shots where you can see the whole watch. Just get some variety of the nice golden metal here compared to the black silicone, which is the wristband. Just getting some beauty shots and really teasing it with the black background. And for lighting, you know that I like to keep it really simple. I'm just using this compact 40 because it's a little bigger soft light source, and just going over the glass here and just want to reveal the glass a little bit with the reflection of the nice soft light coming off of the lamp here, just reflecting off of the glass, and it's just really nice and elegant touches. And sometimes I'm also using the light tubes here, which is a little smaller stripe of light going over the watch. Might be a little bit more elegant and not as big, so a little bit more dark the look. I'm not sure what I'm going for yet, but it's good to have both options. And a lot of people asking me how I get so little noise, because this lens is a f14 lens, and you just don't need a lot of light for this, because I'm just using this light. And if you're going for the edgy look, I mean, if you want to light it all up really nicely, you need more lights. But if you're going for an edgy look, this light is enough, or just the light tube. You just get some really nice highlights where the light goes on, so everything else is dark, and you get the highlights where you want the light to be. So it's a really good tool to make the spotlight and really highlight some of the features of the watch. And by the way, these are the only shots I shot on the Sony a7 III, because I don't have the E-mount adapter for the Blackmagic Pocket, because this lens is an E-mount lens, so I have to shoot it on the Sony a7 III. All the other shots are shot on the Blackmagic Pro. So I'm just preparing for the next shot, and it's going to be something with water. I'm going to fill up this glass bowl here with water, and I'm just going to light it from the side, and I don't want the water to be illuminated. So I'm just going to tape around this black paper here to block off the light from hitting from the side, because the idea behind it is the water has to be dark, and the watch is going to be in the middle, sitting in the middle here. I'm just going to drop water from over top. So because the watch is water resistant, I wanted to get a water shot in, and I had this idea in my mind where I have this watch kind of in dark water floating, and there's just rain coming from above, and it shows that it's water resistant. And I had this in my mind, but it's sometimes it's when you have an idea, it's hard to pull off, kind of like how I'm gonna do this actually. So I have this water bowl here, and I fill it up with water, and then I have these lens caps where the watch is sitting on right now, and I have 2 nanlite Pavo tubes lighting it from the side to give it a nice little edge light. And I'm using a third light to light this from above, like kind of hold it like here to light the watch. And in post I might have to darken the water a little bit, because I wanted to have it really dark and the water and the watch sticking out a lot. And I have my Blackmagic Pro here on the tripod, and I'm shooting obviously in 120 frames per second to slow it down a lot. And I'm pretty tight, so this is a tight shot. And yeah, just have that black background in the back, and yeah, I taped off the edges that the water doesn't illuminate. And then I'm using this drainer and this glass of water to pour the water over top to simulate the rain. And the reason why I use the strainer is I don't want to have too big of a droplets. So, and also I don't want to drop the water directly on the watch, just a little bit in front, because you really want to see the watch like clearly visible, and not like if you put it directly on the watch, it doesn't look good. You still want the watch to be looking good and to see the watch clearly. So only in the end a few droplets hit the watch, but that's okay, because I wanted to show off that it's like water resistant. But yeah, this setup's really sweet. Took me a long time to figure out how to do that kind of shot, because I had it in my mind kind of, but yeah, this works and it looks really cool. So for this shot, I'm having a bowl filled with water, and I put a glass in there to hold the watch kind of. Let the air out here, that it goes down. And then I'm just placing the watch on top of the glass, that it sits just right above the water surface. And I have my camera rigged up here on the tripod, and everything is pretty black. Everything is turned off except I'm using this PavoTube 6C. Just gonna light it up from here, that I get some nice light on the glass here and lighting up the watch from the front. And then at the same time, I'm just pouring water just in front of the watch to create a water movement to really make it interesting. And this really cuts well to the next shot where the watch kind of is in the water. And yeah, and obviously shoot in slow motion. And it's a really nice looking shot with the water splashing around the watch. And this also emphasizes that the watch is waterproof. So I got another underwater shot, and because this probe lens is waterproof at the very front here, I dipped it like into the water bowl here, and then I'm just gonna place the watch inside here, and then just gonna get a container, and then just gonna pour some water over top, and to get bubbles in the foreground. Not too many, because you still want to see the watch, but you want to get that underwater feel with the bubbles. And I'm just gonna use this light here to light this. Just gonna have it holding up like here, and just keeping it there to illuminate the glass a little bit. Otherwise it would be too dark. And just want to have the glass really nice illuminated, and also the water bubbles. This lens needs an all light, so this is actually enough. It's not as bright, but it's enough for this shot, and obviously shoot in slow motion. And yeah, that's basically it. Just that cuts well to another shot I did, where I placed the watch in the bowl again, and then just dumped some water right up to the watch, and it fell, and actually looks really cool, where it's kind of like this slow motion where the watch wraps around the water, and it cuts perfectly to the shot that I just explained. So really nice underwater sequence, and yeah, I really like it. So this is going to be the ending shot, and I just placed the watch on this mirror here, and I sprayed some water on here to give it a nice reflection and to emphasize that it's waterproof. And then I have this small landlight PavoTube here on this side, and then a bigger one on the other side to kind of light up the water on the mirror here. And I'm just going to use this light tube to highlight the watch more, and to create a reflection on the glass of the mirror, and kind of a stripe of light going over it to really emphasize the watch. And I'm just gonna have the camera on the tripod here, and just gonna zoom in a little bit in post, and yeah, that's it. At the end I'm just fading the logo in, and that's basically the commercial. Pretty cool looking commercial, pretty dark, but looks really nice. So that's it. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I hope you learned something today. A free and easy way to support the channel is hit that like button, and if you like my content, you might consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram at sebpiccinema, and I will see you in the next video.